Hi, Sailor Pluto, Tessa here. And today I'm going to talk about being a guardian, being a keeper of time, and how it's not as good as everyone makes it out to be. Now, being a keeper of time means I got to sit outside this door and make sure that no one's riding through time, which, if you think of it, there aren't too many folks who ever done that. But God gave that job to me when I was young, and still my job. Even though there were times where others filled in for me. Now, when I'm first brought in, it was brought in Sailor Moon Romance, or Sailor Moon R. No one truly knows what the R stands for. And I was first befriended by Rini, or Small Lady, or Sailor Mini Moon. And then later on in Sailor Moon S, I actually was brought in full time as a fighter. Now, what my job and how it is, I've never could tell anyone. But you have no belief how many times either I gotta stand there or I gotta sit there, and keep this door shielded from folks who are riding through time. Which, when you think of it, there weren't really too many folks that were riding through time. I mean, okay, some folks are going to say, you never know who's going to ride through time, but, yeah. Now, how did I get the job? As I told you, God gave that job to me. And I took on the job. I trusted the job. I shouldered the job, and it is what it is. And yes, there were exceptions when folks had to ride through time. Sailor Moon and Sailor Mercury and Sailor Mars and Sailor Jupiter and Sailor Venus, along with, Rini, who at the time wouldn't become Sailor Mini Moon until 1 year later, and Tuxedo Mask. So yes, there were times where someone did ride through time. But you would think that someone else took over for me. Well, in Sailor Moon Super, there had to have been someone who took over for me. And you could have made this, there would have had been someone who had taken over for me. But I wasn't fully explained it, but someone did. And then there is this one strike or hit that I have is known as Time Stop. But apparently I do not have the right to, I cannot do it. And if I ever do it, it would be my death. At least that's the handicap. Why was it put on there? I don't know. But don't ask me. God gave me two hits, and said that there was time stop, but I could never use. I was not let to do it. Unless there was a true grounds for doing so. When a willy bird or an egg beater is blowing up, and I did it to let Sailor Neptune and Sailor Uranus, get out before it blew up, which made me die. Now, some folks out there are gonna say a lot of things. They're gonna say, "Man, must be boring being a keeper of time." Well, you have no grounds. Only it's truly not. Yeah. I mean, how many folks ride through time do I gotta stop every day? Well, not too many of them. You know, it is what it is. So, I hope you all know what my job is and how sometime and what think here. What my job is and what I had to go through every day. Alright? I'm Sailor Pluto Tessa. Hope you like this film.